The Hot and Hazy update on the public test server has brought with it many changes to Grounded. There's a new progression system, character and weapon upgrades, new insects, new weapons and armor, new Omnit labs, and much more. With so much new content, one might think we've seen everything that will come to the game on October 20th when the update goes live, but I think there could be much more. In this video, I'll discuss the 7 things that could be added to the Hot and Hazy update when it goes live on October 20th. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss any future Grounded videos. Let's get started. So the first thing I think could possibly be added in the final release of the Hot and Hazy update is going to be achievements or more achievements. So there were 20 achievements added with the Shroom Doom update. Those were the first achievements added to the game. Currently there's 1000 gamer score for Xbox. I believe there's also Steam achievements as well. So I was expecting with each update for them to add maybe 1 or 2 more, maybe even more, because people really do like achievements. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't sneak in 1, 2, maybe 3 new achievements with the final release of the Hot and Hazy update. Second up is going to be the garden hose. So we're here in the sandbox over here by the garden hose. And what you might notice is we're down here in the right corner. This garden hose goes all the way down here, wraps around and goes into the house. You can actually get in the garden hose and you can walk up a fair amount of distance. You can also build into this. It's a little bit difficult. You have to place the pieces properly. But I have seen if you get all the way up there, it is blocked off. One thing I was maybe thinking is they might make the garden hose where we can actually climb all the way through it and possibly have this be a way of getting into the house for the first time, or maybe just into the wall back here, because like I said, it goes all the way up, and as long as water's not coming out, you could theoretically climb all the way up and get into there. This part right here that's on the ground is just flat, so it wouldn't be difficult to just walk around there and get up here. So that's something that could possibly happen. Next up is we're going to be in the same area is harvestable cactuses. So there's some cactuses over here somewhere. Let's go find them right up here in the sandbox once again. But the cactuses you currently cannot harvest. So if you hit them, you don't do any damage to them or anything. And the reason I think they might be harvestable is because they're here, they're new. Usually when they add new stuff like this isn't just like a random new plant or anything. This is a fairly prominent feature, especially in a desert biome like this. I think they might make them harvestable because of the fourth thing that I think could possibly be added to the game, and that's the witch's hat. So if we take a look at a still shot from the Shroom and Doom update, you'll notice that all of the pieces shown on this picture are in the game currently in the public test server, except for the hat that looks like it's made out of a cactus. And I'm calling it a witch's hat, just calling that because it kind of looks like a witch's hat, and it's also like Halloween time for this update. So you'll notice that we got a full set of black ant armor, we got the black ant shield, we got the black ant sword, we got the full roly-poly armor set. So all that stuff's in there. The only thing missing is this one hat, and it just happens to look like it could be made from cactuses. So that's the fourth thing I think could be added. Next up, while we're over here in the sandbox, we're going to head over here to the sandbox lab. And what we're going to notice is the sandbox lab is kind of similar to the Haze lab when it was added to the Shroom and Doom update. The Haze lab and the Shroom and Doom update only had 1 room in it basically, or 2. Maybe it was a little bit bigger than that. It was probably a little bit bigger than this. But if you go into the sandbox lab right now, the only thing you're going to grab in here is the clue to end up getting a key, right? So that's all that's in here. This is completely like barren. This is all that's in here. I can't imagine this is the final lab. This has to just be a placeholder. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they're going to give us more of this. If not in the Hot and Hazy update, definitely this will be finished in the update that comes after it. Then one more thing while we're over here in the sandbox, number 6 on our list is going to be the hidden tunnel that's underneath of the sandcastle. So if we make our way over to the sandcastle, you're going to have to build yourself a bridge over here if you haven't been in here before, because there's no easy way to get up there from what I've seen, unless they add maybe a drawbridge. That'd be pretty cool if they added a drawbridge. You could somehow shoot with an arrow and it fell down. But if we come back here to the back, we're going to notice that there is a pit back here that has a rock at the end of it where you can't break through it. And it is right down here. So this is right behind the sandcastle, right here in the bottom left corner. And if we come down here, we're going to get our torch out. We're going to notice there's a rock here. Now these rocks are obviously placed in places where they don't want us to get. Prior to the Hot and Hazy update, the sandbox had a bunch of rocks over here, which is, I believe, where I think it was right where the black anthill is, somewhere around there. So they tend to put these rocks in places where there's going to be future content. So it's possible they could allow us to get underneath of the sandcastle. And I'd imagine that if we can get underneath the sandcastle, it's probably going to be a huge lab that connects all the way back here. So it's probably going to be part of the sandbox lab outpost. So those are the first 6 things. Now let's head over to the trash heap so I can show you the last thing that I think might be added. And this is probably the one that's going to be, if it's added, I think give us the most surprise and also be the biggest impact on the game. All right, so I made my way over to the trash heap, and in this area, we're going to have the entrance to the Black Anthill, which is right here, the Black Anthill Descent. This is the main entrance into it. There's also an exit that comes out into the sandbox. I wanted to go in this way because it's the main entrance. The thing that I think is possibly going to be added, maybe the last minute thing they're going to add into this, is going to be the Ant Queen. I'm suspecting the Ant Queen's going to be in this anthill. I know there's probably going to be more anthills in the future, but they had been talking about her recently, and they did add the assistant manager, but they made a point of saying the assistant manager is a mini boss, not a boss. So I'm thinking that because they're emphasizing that, and because there's a lot of places in here that look like they could be give us access to later on, I think there's a chance they're going to add the Ant Queen when they finally release this. So one thing you're going to notice if you're wandering around in here is you're going to see quite a bit of rocks that are like this, that just look like they're kind of out of place. This one looks okay because it's got dirt around it, but there's others that just look like they're blocking what could probably be a future tunnel. So let's wander through here a little bit. And there's a couple of doors. There's also at least 1 or 2 doors that I haven't been able to figure out how to get open that I think could possibly be leading to where her lair is going to be. But first, we're going to go all the way down here. Head all the way down this tunnel. Come down here to the right. Sneak over here. You're going to see this rock sitting here. Now, you might say that just looks like it could be there. I think this could very well be a tunnel that leads somewhere deeper into the cave, Black Anthill, and possibly has the Ant Queen in it. And then also, if we come up to the top of this door here, we're going to go in this door here, which is this is towards the end of the lab. We walk in here, head around this corner, go all the way up. We're going to come to a room that, to my knowledge, now if you found a way to get through this door, let me know. I have not been able to. This door right here, you can't get through it right now. So we're like right here on the map. There was another door somewhere around here that may actually be the other side of this, so perhaps these are just going to be unlocked at some point. But I haven't been able to find a switch to unlock this door. I think there's a chance that the Ant Queen could either be behind this door or behind one of the rocks that I just showed. There's others that I'm not gonna go wander through the whole cave, the whole anthill, but if you wander through the anthill, you will find lots of rocks that look like that, where they're sticking against a wall, and they could very easily be a way to get to the Ant Queen. And I think it would make sense for her to be deep inside of it and not like right near the entrance, because you would think it would be towards the end. So those are the 7 things I think could be added to the final release of the Hot and Hazy update in Grounded. Let me know which one you think is most likely and which one you'd like to see most in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to click the like button, and if you want to support the channel even more, become a channel member today for as little as $1.99. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.